So this is a quick day in a life and 10 days or more review of the Samsung S24 that I bought from Flipkart BBD sale with the Snapdragon processor. Now my morning starts with teaching tuitions. Yes, I'm a part-time tuition teacher, part-time photo and video editor and a part-time YouTuber, as I haven't got a proper full-time job yet. And today, since my students are having festive holidays, I'm on my way to disrupt their sleep and teach them in the morning so that I could have a peaceful evening with a 100% full charge on my phone and on 4G this time, as I wanted to test how does it perform on 4G, as I've already tested this for a week on Airtel and Jio 5G, and in both cases it works fine. Yes, my old Jio SIM that I'm using today, bought back in 2016 when Jio first came, is having some problems getting transferred to 5G by itself on this particular phone, but I've also put this on other phones for 2 days each, but it wasn't enabling there also. So I contacted the Jio customer care and they said to upgrade it manually from a Jio store. And yes, this is my David Putra 2000cc. Subscribe and share my videos guys so that I could buy something for real one day and make an amazing motivational video of rags to riches and get even more views and money. And after about 2.5 hours in between, I used the cameras for a couple of minutes and a little bit of WhatsApp chat and opening YouTube for like 5 minutes and obviously teaching of course. I came back to home and saw this was the battery life, and it seems somehow it's consuming more than in 5G, which is weird. Then I was like 30 to 35 minutes of YouTube long videos, and this was the battery percentage, which is about the average which I get on 5G also, but still feels like this is draining more battery on 4G. Maybe I think that I set the phone to get the 5G signals and it is trying to get 5G signals, but the same isn't allowing. So in this tug of war, my phone's draining more battery life, but that's my theory. Then I played a TDM match on 4G with 120 FPS on BGMI, and of course it ran smoothly, but again the battery drop is sus, as in 5G it drained about 2 to 3% at max in one TDM match, and it's at least a 3 to 4% drain on 4G. But then I had to get fresh so that I could help my mom today, as it was Lakshmi Puja in my home. And yes, even while eating lunch I tend to watch something on YouTube, and as PJ never disappoints, I watched him while having my lunch. And 15 minutes later I came back and started editing some photos on PicsArt on 4G, and the plan was to edit at least 5 photos, as I have like 10 to 20 photos remaining for the client I'm working, which obviously I can't show you, but ended up editing only 2 photos in about 40 minutes as I had to help my mom again, and the phone mostly stayed idle without the internet on. And after that I did a little bit of WhatsApp chatting, and yeah, talking about WhatsApp chat, this edge panel is really good. Like one swipe and you could use your favorite app or the most useful apps directly, like paying with GPay or opening calculator when in need, or quickly writing notes on the notes app, or you could completely customize it according to yourself, like what to keep and what not to. But yes, talking about notes app, while I was typing I did feel the haptics weren't as tight as something like the iPhone 16 or even the OnePlus 13R. Like obviously it's good and better than a lot of phones for the price, but it feels a little less precise as compared to the iPhones or the OnePlus 13R. And now let's talk about the cameras, and I'm gonna be short and precise. Here's not that much changes that I noticed in daily uses after One UI 8 update. Like the issues in low light where you clicked someone or yourself wearing anything even close to white, it messes up the HDR, like what the hell is this? But yes, the low light shots without wearing anything white retain slightly more details and better HDR management. I mean, it's not that noticeable unless you completely zoom in, but the daylight was already good and did notice anything major. Same with the videos, it's almost the same with same focus hunting issues at max zoom, or anything beyond 3x you have to tap to zoom to get the shot in focus. And the camera switch is alright and the same, wish this could have been a little more smoother. And yeah, you can take moon shots mainly on the 30x zoom only, and here's a shot of that, and so that you could judge how good or bad it is. Overall, not much downgrade or upgrade in the cameras on my personal uses. If you have noticed something, do let me know. And yes, I love this compact size as it gets very easy to get these handheld shots or for one-handed uses, and even if it falls, its build quality is top notch, which has an Armor Aluminum 2 frame and a Gorillas Victus Plus on the front and the back with an IP68 water and dust protection rating. But I am not dropping this on road or into the water anytime soon, and I haven't seen any scratches on the back as it has a screen protector on the front. And then I went back to teaching tuitions, and then a couple of calls, 2 more photo edits of 15 minutes later, this was the battery life at the evening. Still, I felt 4G is draining a little bit more battery, but I just can't prove it. But it has enough battery for me till the night, and also I'm back in my home now, so charging it wouldn't have been an issue. Oh yes, talking about charger, I got delivered the original charger today, so I'm gonna make a charging test and let you guys know in the community or post tab. Overall, the software and performance felt super smooth for the most of the part, but yes, sometimes only for a few milliseconds or so while unlocking the phone it missed the animation and looked a bit choppy. But yes, even after too many apps in the RAM, the phone doesn't stutters, but yes, doesn't keeps any big apps like BGMI in memory after a while, but not such of an issue for smaller applications. Then I replied to some of you guys, and thanks for all the support you guys are giving. You guys are awesome. And yeah, so spend a couple of minutes on that and spend like another few minutes listening to songs and checking out the cameras at low light. And here's the decoration and Lakshmi Devi of our house. And yeah, the noise is still there, be it in low light videos or photos, especially from the ultra wide and the 3x camera or beyond. But I feel you can't get everything good on a phone, even though in Samsung S26, Samsung should fix the cameras in both hardware wise and software wise. As after seeing the iPhone 17, I felt that it is overall a better phone than the Samsung S25 currently. But hey, what about me opening a cooking channel, huh? R4 cooks anyone? And after that, I constantly switched between the YouTube long videos and shorts for about 30 minutes or so, and even played some TDMs and arena training in BGMI, and then back again to YouTube. And after more than 12 hours of starting this video, it still has about 50% of battery, which I would say is about what I get in 5G. Actually 2 to 3% more in 5G. But I'm one of those guys who charges their phone if it reaches anything below 40 to 50%. So I never drain it to 0%. So this is the SOT here, and as you can see, I've used this phone for like almost 5 hours now, and to be honest, my average SOT is around 5 to 6 hours all throughout the day. That usually starts the night before, as this phone calculates the SOT from 12 AM from the previous night, and it would only go beyond 8 hours if I am editing a video, which I didn't have to do today, but I do edit quite a lot of videos all throughout the week, mainly on KindMaster. And if you think that it was puja in my house, hence this low SOT, well, you can see my past week's SOT, and most of it was around 5 to 6 hours mark, as I said, but at max around 6 to 6.5 hours. And on these 2 days, I was testing the battery life on One UI 7 on one day and the other on the One UI 8, hence this rise in the SOT. The video links are in the description on the I button, and yeah, there are a lot of AI features, but I use the circle to search the most, as it's pretty useful in day-to-day uses, and also sometimes the object remover, which works fantastic. So to sum it up, this phone is only good for anyone who doesn't need to travel a lot throughout the day, be it for office work or anything, or doesn't have a lot of time to do gaming or watch YouTube or movies. But for a moderate user like me, who even though has to charge at least twice a day if I'm editing videos, it's fine. Won't say it's good, it could have been better, but won't complain also. But obviously it's not meant for anyone who does gaming more or uses their phone like almost all throughout the day, which even though is unhealthy, but different users has different needs, so this phone won't be for them. But a good option for anyone else who wants a phone with flagship build quality and display, even though the PWM dimming is low, good performance and amazing software experience, and good cameras, yes, apart from the low light experience. So did you like this style of day in a life or an overall review? Do let me know, and watch this one to know about battery drain after One UI 8, or this one for the quick camera review of this particular phone. Do watch this, and as always, till the next one, this was Rideep. See you guys.